We're going to do a sort of rapid-fire round of questions with basic questions, in fact, about people's day-to-day lives and how they're changing right now. So the next two video questions are from Sandy Thomas in Sandringham and Jessie Giles in Tambar Springs, New South Wales.
I'm a fit and healthy 67-year-old. I play golf 3 times a week. I have 2 grandchildren, 5 and 11. I'd like to help care for them during the school holidays, but I'm not sure whether it's safe for me to do so, and for them.
Hello, my name is Jessie. I'm 13 and live on a farm in New South Wales. Thank you for listening to my question. My question is, if me and my family isolate for 14 days, can I go see my grandmother who also is isolating? I really want to see my grandmother. Thank you.
Hi, Nana!
OK, let me put that to you, Sharon Lewin. Can grandparents babysit? Can kids in isolation go and visit their grandma?
Yeah, difficult one. I don't think grandparents can babysit unless they're practising some social distancing, and with young kids that's really hard. And the reason why these very difficult advice is coming is because older people have a much worse outcome from COVID-19. Data from China shows people over 80 have 15 to 20% mortality rate, and it's still elevated even over 60, up around 3 to 5%. So that's why there's this great effort to protect the elderly, and particularly the very elderly. So how would you protect yourself as a grandmother? Well, if you go through, or grandparent, if you go through social distancing, it's to keep a fixed distance away from someone, all the things that we're talking about, hand hygiene, etc. And that is really difficult with the younger grandchild. Perhaps a 5-year-old, 11-year-old potentially could work, who would be able to respect those distancing rules. Now, out of quarantine, again, once you've done your... I didn't understand the reasons for the self-isolation. Well, let's just say it was coming back from overseas, where we're currently recommending that anyone that comes back from overseas undergo self-isolation for 14 days. And the reason for that is they may have had an potential exposure, and if they were to get sick in those 14 days, we wouldn't want spread over that time, even if they were asymptomatic. So at the end of the 14 days, you can come out of self-isolation, and the same rule would apply if you were to mix or see an elderly person, is to keep that physical distance. It's just a lot harder if you've got little kids and they jump on top of you or pick them up and you can't control that.
All right, that sounds like a no. The next two video questions are from Catherine Martin in Wollongong and Matthew Best in Ulladulla.
Dr Norman Swan advised us against swimming in chlorinated pools. What is the risk as far as COVID-19 is concerned in swimming in the ocean or in ocean pools?
Hey guys, I'm a fit, healthy 29-year-old from a small coastal town on the south coast of New South Wales. I've just flown back in from a trip to New Zealand and I'm currently on the 4th day of a 14-day quarantine. I was just wondering what the guidelines were on exercising and in particular surfing. I'd like to both surf on my own, run through the bush on my own. Am I permitted to do this? Can I exercise and surf out in the open where I'm easily able to avoid contact with anyone else?
OK, so Norman Swan, the first question on swimming in ocean pools and in the ocean.
So this is loose lips sink ships. So what I actually said about, we've got a huge number of questions, and I'm sure Paul and Sharon have got questions too about swimming pools. So the story about swimming pools is actually the chlorine probably kills the virus. So it's not the swimming pool itself, it's the fact that you're mixing with a lot of other people. And the general principle here is the more that you mix with other people, the greater, I think Sharon said that at the beginning, the greater your risk of actually getting infected. Okay. And in that sense, a crowded beach is no more different from a crowded swimming pool. That's really the issue there.
Ocean swimming, that kind of thing?
Well, if you're on quarantine, you're on quarantine. You don't go out because you just can't guarantee.
So Matthew in Ulladulla, no bush running?
No
surfing?
He stays at home. Paul can fix me up on this one, but I don't think he can, no.
Paul, is that agreed?
Yeah, the quarantine means stay at home, sorry.